What's up YouTube, this is Dragon and this is another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. So let's get to the battle at hand. Now, let's see, the only Pokemon that I would really be afraid of in this team is the Mega Venusaur. The Mega Venusaur, well, let's see, it's between the Mega Venusaur and the Heatran. Yeah, Mega Venusaurs and Heatrans really make me feel uncomfortable when I have to battle them. So let's see, first choice is going to be the Landorus. So I'm debating on whether I should stay in or not, because this Pokemon could be Scarfed, and this is actually the only Pokemon that I was worried about if it would be Scarfed or not. Luckily I do have the Slowbro, so I can just go straight for the switch here, and if he is Scarfed, he'll most likely just go for the Stone Edge. So okay, he goes for the U-turn. So being that he did use U-turn of all the moves, then he is most likely Scarfed. So let's see. Or he just predicted my switch, which is actually also pretty good. So from here, I would surmise that my opponent goes to Clefable. Alright, he goes to Clefable. You know, I think we've seen this battle numerous amounts of times. So we're going to see if this is typical minimized Clefable. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to Mega Evolve. And I'm going to use Calm Mind. I'm going to bet the whole thing. I'm going to bet it all. I highly doubt this Clefable has Thunderbolt or anything like that. I highly doubt that. But I'm going to go for Calm Mind. And okay, it goes for the T-Wave. So I mean that's still bad. Well, I guess in essence, like, and I'm paralyzed. Oh man, it's really bad. So let's see. I'm gonna try to go for Calm Mind here again. And let's see, what will my opponent do? Okay, he goes for the Moonblast. All right, so Calm Mind, Moonblast. Alright. Man, that T-Wave though. So, after that one Calm Mind, I'll be able to take another Moonblast from this Pokemon. And hopefully I can get the slack off. That would be really, really nice. Okay, so 67. I really hope I don't get paralyzed from here. Fully paralyzed. That can't be a crit. So, yeah, that just killed me. Oh, man. Alright, so let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go into Aegislash. Alright. And Swords Dance. Okay, so yeah, I know my opponent is gonna go for the Thunder Wave because, well, it just makes sense. Okay. And good, I go for the Swords Dance and I actually achieve it. So now if my opponent goes for the Fire Blast, it'll activate my weakness policy, and on top of that I'll be able to hit it with the combination. Okay, Fire Blast, cool. So the Fire Blast coming from a Clefable is definitely not going to kill Aegislash. No way in heck. Good, so now I get my weakness policy activated, and let's see, good, stance change. And I used the Sacred Sword. So that's a +4 Sacred Sword. And that did absolutely no damage whatsoever. Okay. So, does this Pokemon have max attack or not? Like, I don't know. This is really weird. Okay. So, I'm going to go for the Shadow Sneak. And maybe that, I mean, it should do a ton more damage. So let's see. No. You know, I'm not sure if I put any EVs into this Aegislash. That doesn't make any sense at all. They should have done a little bit more damage than that. I mean, come on. Come on, Aegislash. I don't know, man. That's just weird. So I'm gonna go into my Crobat now. And, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Brave Bird. Brave Bird is the best play. I don't care how defensive a Clefable. No, I mean, if this Brave Bird kills, then yeah, I probably did something weird and messed up my Aegis Slash. I don't know what that was, because yeah, Brave Bird does like a ton of, no, that was just weird. Alright, I'm gonna have to check that out. So okay, so let's see, Intimidation, yeah, Intimidation. Most likely he's just gonna go for the Stone Edge and finish me off from here. And no, looks like my opponent is not choice, which is pretty interesting. So I wonder how much Brave Bird will do. Okay, so it does just a little bit less. I'll go to the Rot Tomb. I was hoping that he'd miss. Definitely not gonna miss. Yeah, so my Crobat is definitely gonna bite the dust. He's probably choice banded then. Yeah. Oh man, like, you know, being that my I don't know, my Aegis Slash is probably just not no, that it can't be. My Aegis Slash has to just not be EV'd correctly. There is no other way. Because that was pure insanity. Like, there's no. I mean, even though it was not very effective, that was a +4. Come on. So we're gonna have another battle again, because why not? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can let's see, look at Aegis Slash on damage calculations and see if I can find, let me see. Let's see. And level 50 is 170 with nothing. Okay. And what? Okay, wait. That's weird. I have 112 attack and it seems that 170 is max for level 50. But you know what? You know what? I don't know. I don't even know right now. So I'm gonna have to look at that later. But yeah, obviously something is terribly wrong because I have like minus 70 attack. Okay, so let's see. Let's see who would be good here. Okay, so I am going to choose Crobat, Mega Slowbro, and Blissey. Yeah, those three would definitely be good for this team. Okay, so now, after fighting a bajillion Blazikens, I know that it would be best for me to switch directly into my Mega Slowbro if I have to fight the Blaziken. So I'm going to definitely keep my eyes open for that. So, let's see. And it's the Rotom Wash. Okay. Huh. You know what? I should just, like, immediately, because almost every time I see my opponent with Rotom Wash, like, they always, like, have that first. So I should have just had Blissey first, because now I'm going to have to switch into my Blissey, and then they're going to, you know, go for Volt Switch, and then they're going to switch into probably Blaziken or something. And most of the time when someone has Blaziken, they use it. It's not like Mega Kangaskhan where sometimes they don't use it. So, here comes the Volt Switch, and probably 9 out of 10, my opponent is going to go into Blaziken. If not, might just go into Gyarados, but I kind of still doubt that. And it goes into Blaziken, like I thought. So, I'm going to have to go, obviously, straight into, obviously I'm going to have to go straight into my Mega Slowbro. And let's see. My opponent, right, my opponent is not aware yet that I have the Slowbro, so that's good. So, let's see. Blazikenite, maybe he'll go for the superpower. I hope he does. Or maybe even the high jump kick or something. Oh, goes for the Swords Dance. I see. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Scald, because Scald will burn his whole has a chance of burning his whole team besides the Blaziken, of course. So I'm gonna go for the Scald. Make sure you Mega Evolve. Almost forgot that. That has been very debilitating. So let's see. Right. Let's see. Yeah, Scald. Scald is the best play. Okay. So my opponent withdraws. Most likely he's gonna go back into the Rotom. And okay, hopefully I burn this Rotom. That's what I'm going for. Okay. And even if my opponent decides to choice an item onto me, I still won't be that worried. But I do want to get a burn on this Rotom. Let's see. No burn. That sucks. Okay, so now if my opponent decides to trick me, an item still wouldn't be that bad. And let's see. Okay, good. He goes for the T-Bolt. So that's good. Yeah, that is specs. That's some real specs damage. Alright, I'm gonna go and let's see. Should I use Toxic? Let's see, the only Pokemon that he has that... He is going to switch. But he probably won't switch directly into Blaziken. And you know what? I have nothing to lose if I go for the Flamethrower. Because if he goes back into Blaziken, what's he going to do? Honestly, because I know he's going to switch. Like, he can't do anything here. So, if he decides to... Okay, if he decides to go into the Scizor, if he has it, then I could just go for the Flamethrower. Okay, he goes for the Gyarados. Alright. You know what? Silly me. I should have predicted that because he already Mega Evolved, so he probably wouldn't have... you know, on his team. So, you know, in hindsight, it makes much more sense. Okay, so I'm going to slow, bro. Now really just wish if I just thought about that one little factor, you know, I would have went for the Toxic instead of the Flamethrower. And yeah, now I'm full of regret. So he goes for the Dragon Dance. And let's see. It doesn't look like... Oh, well, you know, I'm not going to just go off and say that, you know, he doesn't have, like, Mega Evolution. He also might have Crunch. I believe this Pokemon gets Crunch. But I'm going to go for the Scald. Hopefully... Okay, he goes for the Dragon Dance again. Alright. I'm going to go for the Scald and hopefully burn this Pokemon. So, let's see. And I know he knows that I can possibly burn him. There it is. That's the burn. Yeah. Hopefully no Lumberry. So the burn affected him. And that's not a Lumberry. So now he is pretty much completely debilitated. And I could just go straight for the Side Shock. And have no worries at all for whatever this Pokemon decides to do. Okay. So Side Shock. Definitely going to be crushing this Gyarados. And that's going to do a ton of damage. So 9 out of 10 he's going to use his attack now. So I'm just going to go for the Slack Off and absorb whatever he decides to do. So that's going to be an Earthquake. Not worried, it's not going to crit. And it's going to literally, I mean, that did absolutely no damage whatsoever. You know, it's a burn Gyarados against a Slowbro. So yeah, that's I ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And divided it amongst my friends. So... yeah, that's no. Okay, so now most likely he is going to go back into the Rotom. And see, a burn on that Rotom would have been really well here. Would have been really nice. So I'm going to go back into my Blissey. And if he decides to use Volt Switch, then, you know, we could definitely play that game. Okay, he goes for the trick. He finally goes for the trick. Alright, so now that he does his thing over here, I'm going to go and use Toxic. So that, you know, if he decides to do Volt Switch and like do the whole repetitive switch thing, I won't have to worry about any of that propaganda. So, good, he goes for the T-Bolt and effectively is forcing me to, you know, make a decision. And did he trick me into Choice Specs, or was it something else? I'm not sure. Well, whatever the case may be, I'm not worried about anything that this Rotom can do to me. Because I can stay here and just come, you know, lock myself into Toxic. And it really doesn't matter because, okay, he goes to the high jump pump. No worries. So as long as I can get this Rotom within the range of it being practically dead, then, like, you know, Blissey eventually is going to die. Then I could just go in and, what do you call it? Brave Bird it, and then Brave Bird the Blaziken. So, yeah. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good here. And Rotom and my Blissey's only purpose is to wall this particular Pokemon. So, But you know what? In hindsight, what I'm doing is actually pretty stupid. Yeah, in hindsight, this is pretty dumb. Yeah. Actually, this is really dumb. So, I don't even know what I'm thinking right now. I should just go straight into Crobat. This really makes no sense for me to just stay and go. I really don't. That made no logical sense whatsoever. Oh, now he goes for the Volt Switch. Okay, well, I mean, let's see. That's still not enough to kill. So that's cool. All right. Wow, you know, that was really dumb in hindsight. I have no idea. I really don't get it. Because, you know, all this is exactly what he can do. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. Hopefully, he doesn't have Protect. Probably does. Yeah, he has Protect. All right. So, let's see. Yes, Thunderbolt and Volt Switch. Okay. I'm going to my Slowbro. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Calm Mind on my Slowbro so that I can take whatever the Rotom decides to do to me. Okay. I know he's going to go straight for the attack right now because, you know, it's the most logical thing for him to do. Oh, he goes for Protect again. That, I don't understand that logic, but okay, that's fine with me. Okay, and I'm going to go for the Calm Mind just in case he decides to switch. Alright. And there we go. Now, this is also a bit of an experiment. I want to see how well my Slowbro can take a special attack from this Pokemon. I know I can take at least one, especially after a Calm Mind. So, yeah. Okay. So, essentially... Well, yeah. I'm gonna go for Slack Off, and let's see how much Thunderbolt does to a Slowbro. And not enough. And that's a Slack Off. So yeah, Thunderbolt is definitely not gonna be enough to kill, and I'm just gonna go for a Side Shock from here and stop with all this madness. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. And now I'm gonna go for Side Shock and call it a day. Okay, goes for the T-Bolt again. Good. Thank goodness it will not be a crit. And I'm just gonna go for the Side Shock and finish this off. Yeah, don't want to play that game. Alright. So let's see. Now he goes into the Blaziken. And because I know Scald won't be able to OHKO, I'm going to go for a Slack Off from here. And even if he decides to use like Brave Bird or something, it won't kill me. Thunder Punch is non-stab. Okay, he goes to Flare Blitz. So Flare Blitz, good. Still not going to crit. Not worried about anything. And good. Good. So I made the right plays here. And I also now know how much Slowbro can take in regards to Thunderbolts coming from a Rotom. So that's pretty cool. Okay, the Flare Blitz also made it take a little bit of damage on itself. So now I'm just going to go for the Scald because that is the best play and the most powerful. So now he goes for the Swords Dance. So yeah, I guess at this point he's just like going for whatever he can. Alright, so Bam, that Scald is... Oh, that's not even a crit. It just goes straight for the kill. Not bad, Mega Slowbro. Not bad. And that is the game. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. Having some really interesting games on the BattleSpot. You know, sometimes, like, when you think about certain things that you're doing, like, Pokemon battles are very similar to life. Like, at one point, you think you're doing something that's very viable, right? But then later on, you realize that something else more realistic can be attainable for your future goals. So sometimes, like, when you see yourself just doing something and then just, like, you know, don't necessarily just go into something without thinking. Like, think about the consequences of your actions for the inevitable future if you keep doing the same thing that you're doing, or if you keep going along the same route or path that you're following. And yeah, like, you know, Pokemon battles are cool, man. Like, I love Pokemon. I love it so much. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed these battles, and as you know, I will see you in the next video. Take care.